I do want to kind of start with these two shows that you mentioned on stage.
Okay.
What is happening?
I don't know, but they're very weird people. They're people from the UK. That's what I love about it. Their reactions are so weird and so different from our culture. So the one show that I love, you have to watch. It's called Nightmare Tenants, Slum Landlords.
Nightmare Tenants, Slum Landlords.
Yeah, it does not roll off the tongue.
It does not roll off the tongue. And you're like, what is happening?
Yeah, it was recommended for me, and I'm like, what is this? And then when I watched it, I was like, this is the craziest thing I've ever seen in my life. So first of all, when you live in the UK,
Okay.
let's say I get hammered one night, and I'm like, Jackie, I can't drive home. Can I lay on your couch for the night? And you could say, okay. In the morning, I can wake up and say, I live here now. You'll have to evict me. And you would have to go to court to try to evict me.
So you would then live with me.
Uh-huh.
You explained this, and I was like, wait, someone just crashed at my house, and now they have the option to live there?
Yeah, and they say, you give me a key, and you have to give them a key. I mean, according to this television show.
Right.
But they have whole businesses because it's so hard to evict a tenant. For years, people have been living for rent-free, and individual owners of these lofts or of these flats, as they call them in the UK, they can't get them out. So there's all these companies that help you get through the court system so you can evict a tenant, and sometimes it takes 3 to 4 years.
But what do the people who lived there initially do? They move? They leave them?
Yeah, they move out. They rent the place, right? They move out, and then they come back, and then the person just stops paying rent. So they knock on the door. Everybody's very polite.
Okay.
That's what's so crazy.
That's what's crazy about the show.
Yeah, that's what's crazy about the show. They're so polite. They don't even react. So they, knock on the door. Hello, you haven't paid rent. Please come out. Are you going to ever pay rent? And then you hear somebody through a muffled door. No. Get out of here. And then they look at the camera, they go, well, I gotta leave. He's not gonna pay the rent. Like, they don't lose their shit at all.
Right. That's so weird.
So then they hire this guy who looks like Paul. He looks like Paul John. Who's the guy he did the little German character where we would pop out of the bush on Laughing?
Oh.
He just, Peter, Paul.
Tiny, giant round glasses?
Yes, Andy.
Like
blonde
Oliver.
hair. Yes.
From he looks like an adult version of Oliver.
Exactly.
From the Brady Bunch.
From the Brady Bunch.
Yes.
And then he pops out, and he's wearing a windbreaker that has the name of the company on the back. So then he shows up with a clipboard. Then people get nervous. And he knocks on the door. He's like, you're supposed to get out. We gave you an eviction notice. And he's like, I'm not leaving. Oh, he's not going to leave, so I don't know what we're going to do now. And then they show him driving his car back to the office.
Right.
It's so weird. So when they finally get the person out, and it's like 3 years later. So I'm thinking, what's the budget for this show?
Right.
Because usually you
gotta follow people.
You got to follow people. And it's taking 3 years. So then they finally get the person out, and they're like, well, they finally got out. Let's go check out the flat. And then the owner goes in with the eviction guy because they unlock the door. They break down.
Right. And they have been living like squirrels.
Just, there's cat shit everywhere.
It's a disaster.
Yeah, they just trash it when they leave because they're like, fuck you. I lived here for 3 years for free, and fuck you. And then
Do you think they saved up and now they can have a nice place to live?
No, I think they go.
I want there to be a happy ending to this where, I didn't pay rent for 3 years, so I just saved up and now I have $8,000.
Yeah.
And I can, go get a nice place and pay in advance, No.
Oh, no, they just go and do it to someone else.
They fucking go and do it.
It's like a whole racket.